Hello there, I'm Gelsamel, also known as Niels or Xelius on Tumblr, and I've decided to introduce myself as a kind of introduction for something that I have planned up ahead. Um, as you might know, or some of you might know, a little something called Dragon Ball Super is due to come out in just a little while. I'll talk a bit more about it later, but basically I'm going to plan on reviewing that, and I suppose you should know where I come from as a Dragon Ball fan. I've been a Dragon Ball fan ever since like the early 2000s when it started airing on TV here. Since then, I've been actively trying to draw like Dragon Ball and play the games and such. I have like a whole bunch of stuff laying around here, oh, which I'm dropping. Basically, my nerd cred. Aside from that, I've also been trying to educate myself in the history of Dragon Ball and its various media forms. So, for example, the games, or let's say the differences between the anime and the manga. You know, filler content and such. But also the information that's presented in books like the Daizenshu books. I'm also a frequent visitor of Kanzenshu, a site which, you know, really caters to my needs in that. Um, so yeah, that's also the reason why I figured it might be interesting to review this series, as I feel like I have more knowledge about like the background of the series, the more obscure information that lots of other people might not know. So it might be interesting to compare certain aspects that they include in this series with other sources. Now about the content that I'm going to review, which is Dragon Ball Super, there isn't a whole lot known about this so far, which is kind of surprising if you've been keeping up with the information about the last movie that came out. So all that I really know about it so far is it's a new series, a brand new series. It's not like Kai where they just you know, revitalize the old series, cut it down a bit, and just use the old animation as well. It's something entirely new, and it's going to be taking place between like the last episode or chapter of Dragon Ball and the Battle of Buu. So the same time frame as the last two movies and the 2008 special. Beyond that, we don't really know where it's taking place. So if it's after the movies, before the movies, in between the movies, it could be anywhere really. Um, But yeah, it's an entirely new series, and I'm just really curious what they're going to be doing with it. We know there's going to be a bit more involvement of the gods, of Beerus and Whis from the last two movies. Um, but yeah, it's still kind of a mystery, most of it. But I'm really curious what they're going to be planning for this. If you know, we'll really be able to experience it like it was the old days, and we'll be including like the new characters that they're going to introduce into. If they're going to be as iconic as like Frieza, Cell, Boo, the major characters from the actual main series that we've ever been growing up with. So it's really interesting, and I'm also going to see, you know, what kind of attacks they're using, attacks that are new to the series, maybe techniques that came into play like a long time ago, but maybe some people have forgotten about them. It's going to be a ride. It's going to be really interesting to see what this new series will be and if it's going to live up to our expectations after so many years. Or maybe, who knows, we'll be better off just imagining if what if AF was real, and we'll have our Super Saiyan 5s and whatever flying around. I doubt it, but yeah, but we'll see, we'll see. As a side note, I'm not a fan of AF stuff at all. But basically that's it. So yeah, until July 5th. That's when the first episode is going to be airing in Japan. I'm not sure when I'll be getting my hands on the actual first episode for myself. I don't think there's been any announcements of Funimation streaming it anywhere. So it's probably going to be fan subs. we'll see. But yeah, so sometime after July 5th, I'll be releasing the first review of the first episode. I might be taking a few days just to gather some information, maybe see what the internet has to say about various aspects of the first episode. Um, yeah, it also really depends on when I'll be able to record these things. Seeing as I do have a job, I have limited time and limited daylight, I suppose, uh, to actually record these. So yeah, that's pretty much it. See you in a few weeks.